Hi, how are you? Well, in this video, we are going to see the definition of function. So to explain what a function is, let's see two sets of numbers, the set x and the set y. In the set x, we can find, for example, numbers 0, 1, 2, -3, -5, etc. In the set y, we're going to find also numbers 1, 2, -1, 10, etc. Well, a function is something in mathematics that relates each number from x to a single number from y. So from 0, there is only one relationship to a number from y. So I cannot make another relationship from 0. Okay? So from -3, we have another relationship. It can go to 1 or it can go to a different number. And this with the rest of numbers. Right. All these numbers in the first set is called domain. Okay, all this set of numbers. The second set of numbers, the 1, the 2, the -1, the 10, is called codomain. And all the actual or real numbers that have a relationship in y, so the 1, the 2, and the 10, okay, the numbers that have a real relationship, these numbers form the range. Good. So we have said before that a function is something that relates numbers from x to numbers or elements from y. Okay. In mathematics, there are basically three ways to see a function. So let's see these three types. For example, as a formula. So to represent a function as a formula, we write in first place f, it means function, and in brackets, one letter, usually the x. Well, this letter means that after the equal, or in this formula that I'm going to write here, the variable that is going to appear is the x. So for example, I'm going to write 2x plus 3. This is a formula, and in this formula, we have one letter, the x. So in this x, I can write any number. So for that reason, we call this letter independent variable. If I put a number in the letter, I'm going to produce a result. I'm going to produce another number. That number is called usually y. So the y is the same as f of x. This y is the result of the operation, and this output is going to depend on the independent variable, on the number that you are writing, that you are putting in the x. So the y is called dependent variable. So let's see different examples. So let me make a table with two variables, the x and the y. So I'm going to write 4 or 5 numbers for the x, and I'm going to produce the different results. So for example, let's write the 0 for the x, the 2, the 3, and the 4. Okay? I can write also negative numbers, but in this example, I'm going to put only positive numbers. So what are the results here? Great, we go to the operation, and we have that the y is 2, okay, according to the formula 2 times the x is 0 plus 3. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. So in the gap of the y, I have to write 3. Let's continue with 2. So I have, in this case, 2 times, now the x is 2 plus 3. So 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3 is 7. So the y is 7. For 3, my result is going to be 9. And for 4, the result is going to be 11. Okay, so as you can see, for each number of x, we have a relationship to the set y. Okay, we can put these numbers in two sets, and this is the definition of function that we have seen before. So we have here the 0, the 2, the 3, and the 4, and in the second set we have 3, 7, 9, 11. So the 0 is related to the 3, the 2 is related to the 7, the 3 is related to the 9, and the 4 is related to the 11. From each number of set x, there is only one relationship, not two relationships. So if I write here again the number 2, I'm going to get again the number 7, not a different number, okay? So it's not, so I don't have to repeat the number, because if I put a 2, I'm going to get the 7 again, not a different number. So this is a function, okay? The formula is a function, and this table with numbers is a function. So according to this table, we are going to see the second type to see a function with an ordered pair of numbers. Great. If we take the pair of numbers in this table, we take the 0 and then the 3. So we take in brackets 0, 3. This is a pair of numbers. Is it ordered? Well, as we saw in the last video, this pair of numbers represent the coordinates of a point. The first coordinate is the x coordinate. The second coordinate is the y coordinate. And I cannot change this order. The first number is going to be the x coordinate always. And the second coordinate will be the y coordinate. I cannot change this order. So it means that this pair of numbers is ordered. I cannot change the order. Okay? So from this table, I can get different order pair of numbers. The 0, 3, the 2, 7, the 3, 9. Okay, different pair of numbers. And the 4, 11. So this pair of numbers represent also a function. So finally, we are going to see the last way of seeing a function with a graph. Well, I can represent these points on a coordinate plane. So let's make a coordinate plane, and then let's represent these points. Okay, for example, this. Okay, right. So remember that the horizontal axis is the x-axis or abscissa. The vertical axis is the y-axis or ordinate. So let's represent these points. The 0, 3. Okay, so I'm going to divide the axis into different points. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to make only the positive numbers because all these numbers, all these points are positive. So the first point is the 0, 3, the 0 for the x, 3 for the y. So it's right here, up here. Okay. So this is the 0, 3. The next one is the 2, 7, 2 for the x, 7 for the y. So it's right here. The 3, 9, 3, 9. Okay, it's next to the 2, 7, very close. 3, 9. And finally the 4, 11. Okay, it's right here. Kind of. Good. So in this graph, we have the representation of 4 points. So this graph also shows a function. Well, these points, can I join these points through a line? Well, if in the formula, we go back to the formula, can I put here decimal numbers? What do you think? Well, yes, if I put a decimal number in the x, I'm going to get another number. So I can put decimal numbers in the x. So if you can put decimal numbers, we can join the points with straight lines. Okay. So it should be a straight line in this case. It's a little difficult, okay, to make with a pencil. Do you understand this? So if in an example, in a graph, we can write decimal numbers, we can put decimal numbers, we should join the points with a straight line. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.